Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome to the live stream here at the Harbor, South Florida. So glad to have you with us today. I pray that you had an amazing Thanksgiving with your family and your friends. There's a lot to be thankful for that we have in Jesus, and so I pray that you were able to celebrate this time together with those that you love. But welcome to this morning. Today's a special time again on this live stream as we are finalizing our transitionary process over to our new facility from the ministry center that we had in Pompano Beach out west on Sample. And so look forward to being with you next Saturday, December 2nd. This is going to be our first gathering in the new facility, and just invite you to come, bring a friend. It's going to be a great time together as we celebrate Advent over the month of December. Mark your calendars every single Saturday, 5:30 p.m. at the new ministry center out west of Sample. So look forward to seeing you there. This morning I wanted just to take a minute and introduce a video to you that Wendy and I shot together as we shared some of the transformation process in our own lives over the last 20 years as we've been planting the Harbor. I think it's so important for us to remember our story, remember our journey, rehearse that, repeat it to one another. Just to remind ourselves of all that God has done in our lives, how He's held us, how He's kept us, how He's led us, how He's journeyed with us, and just especially the work that He's done on the inside of our hearts has been just absolutely incredible for Wendy and I, for our now 33 plus years of marriage and 20 years here in South Florida, pastoring an incredible church called the Harbor. And so look forward to just having you watch this and share a little bit of our journey, because this is what it's all about for all of us. And the thing that we need to understand is we can't give away transformation and impact of the gospel to other people if we haven't first experienced it for ourselves. And so this is so massively important. And so each life, to be authentic to others in their longing and needing to see change in their own heart, really needs to come from us being able to be a voice of authority into their lives because we've experienced that for ourselves. All right, we're all in process. We're all in a journey. We're not looking for some arrival point, but the destination is exactly that. It is the arrival point in the Lord. So we sit back and we rest as God does this work in us, but nonetheless we lean in to the intentionality that He has for our hearts because He's paid the price for this already with His own blood, with His body broken on a cross for you and me. So listen, again, come out this Saturday, December 2nd, 5:30. Invite a friend, bring somebody along with you. It's important that we think of those around us that may need an experience like we're going to have on Saturday night. So look forward to having you be there. If you have any questions or need anything, please send us an email, info@harborchurch.org. The new address of our property, the new location is on our website there for you, so you can just put that into your Maps program. We'll take you right there. And we look forward to being with you this coming Saturday. Take a look at this video. Let our story be a reminder of your story, of the work of God in your life. There's no distance, no delay, total intimacy with Him and you as He's fashioning you in your identity and making you an integrous person that carries the life and nature of Jesus. All right, can't wait to see you next weekend. Wow, when I see this photo, I think of how far we've come as a family since this time, because that was such a major move and decision for us to relocate our entire lives down here to South Florida.
Totally, and when I look at that picture, I just see faithfulness of God. And I think as a mom, my main concern was for all of our kids and that they would be okay, kind of leaving everything they've ever known in Birmingham and moving to South Florida, and knowing that God, He prepared a way for us to come down, and from the house that I never saw before we moved in to all the kids' school and new friends, and going into so much unfamiliar territory. And then now everything being so familiar, but then it was just so unfamiliar.
So unfamiliar. Yeah. And I think about the ministry landscape and how what we had known, what we had experienced None of that was going to be the course of our journey when we came here in the ministry context. And so that's where we really needed to understand that God was faithful, that the promises that He had given us for this church were yes and amen, and we were able to navigate all of that unfamiliarity and uncertainty in that time. Can you believe just a few years into the church plant and there's momentum, God's doing all kinds of stuff, we have so many things we're responsible for, and then the Lord directs us to have you go back to school to finish the dream of becoming a physical therapist and get your doctorate degree. What a crazy time that was. I'm so proud of you. I think about that time and all the hard work you put in, like all that you gave yourself to. And we didn't know that it was actually going to set the stage for kind of breaking the mold, so to speak, over expectations of what a pastor's wife is going to look like. You led with me. We were together in the process, but you also had a calling to minister and love on other people through medicine. And so even today, I think that's been inspirational to so many people that you've been out there in the marketplace, in the medical field, just loving on people outside of the four walls of the church. So 20 years of ministry, highs, lows, ups and downs. What was the transformative moment for you in this process when you think back on it?
I just think with like everything when it comes to just following Jesus, it's just the yes. And so many times we want to have all the answers, or we want to see the play-by-play before we commit to something. And as you know, like every phase in our life, it's always been, we say yes, we just obey, and we just come. And you know, I think that's the thing that holds you in the highs, and those are the things that hold you in the lows, you know. And I say, if I one time would experience all the joy of what those 20 years would be, it would probably overwhelm me so much to the point of death. And if I experienced all the pain that I felt, it would probably kill me. But it's just the beauty of the highs, the mountaintops and the valleys, and learning how to navigate those in such a way that's just steady and just trusting the Lord, you know.
So good. I think about how young we were and how young we looked when we were first married.
No gray hair there.
None at all. And the journey in this thing called ministry and planting the church, I think the biggest thing that God had for me, for sure, as a husband, was learning like what love, you know, really means and looks like. And I found that in this journey of coming to an understanding as a man of what it looked like to love you. And you know, how that is so unfortunately pushed to the side in the midst of performance-based ministry, and just realizing that actually it's the foundation of like everything we're building. And I just remember, like, you know, it was hard. It was hard seasons for sure on me, like as God was getting into places that I didn't even know existed. And, you know, because I had good intentions. I wanted to be a good husband for you from the onset, but there were so many things I just didn't know. And the grace of God, you know, just to teach and grow me, you know, in that process. So
we both did. You learned, yes, and you grew, and became one of the best, amazing husbands anyone could ever have, and amazing dad. And our kids got to watch you serve.
My goodness, these photos of all these people that we've had the privilege to just know for whatever length of season. I think we've learned that the church is not some building or something made out of bricks and sticks. You know, it's lives, it's living stones, you know, that are being brought together in relationship. And we've gone deep, man, with some people over the years, and it's been incredible just to have the privilege to like come to see more of who Jesus is through the lives of others.
Totally, and it's been an honor and a privilege, and I wish I could, you know, and I know one day I know in heaven I'll see them all, but I'd love to have them all in a room just to go around and just give me each a hug and tell them how proud I am of them all. Yeah, and
church is about people.
Living stones.
People, transformed people that are then empowered to transform culture. So. I think the one thing that both of us could agree upon is that maybe early on we thought that this whole thing was about like some end goal or the achievement of some specific mission or
numbers or
whatever, yeah, fill in the blank. And I think what we've discovered is that the process is actually the destination, and that God wants us to be present in the midst of this process so that we can walk with Him and walk with each other appropriately and not get caught up in all the busyness of like what aim we think we're trying to achieve or what we're going for. And I'm so proud that we've come to this place where every day, everything that God does, little or small or big, is amazing.
And love comes through process.
It's about the process, and so it's definitely been one, and now here we are, going into a new season that will look even more
full of energy.
Yes, full of energy.
29 again. Ready to go.
As we move forward into the future. So
yeah,
it's a
going to be
beautiful time.
bright. Future and hope, that's what we have.